Gladiator Arena, Los Angeles, California, and our contenders will be going all out. Our semifinals continue, and these men mean business.
The Samuel Goldwyn Company presents the American Gladiators.
Hi again, everyone. I'm Mike Adamle along with Larry Zonka. Glad you could join us as competition in our second half season continues. Today, Larry, another semifinal round. Who do you like?
I like Bernie Miller. He's our stunt man. But the thing about Bernie to watch is that he's always smiling, much like Jimmy Carter smiling his way into the presidency. I think Bernie has his eye on smiling his way into the championship.
Before that happens, however, Bernie and his partner Marty DePaoli will have to solve this maze, where inside are four gladiators: Viper, Turbo, Laser, and Tower. You can see Tower with that Band-Aid over his right eye. That courtesy of that mammoth collision he had with Sabre in earlier competition. Marty DePaoli advanced as our wild card. 30 years old, our chiropractor from Citrus Heights, California. And in Bernie Miller, Marty's going to face one tough customer. 5'9", 175. He got to the semis by beating Vince Granger back in the second round.
And there's the solution to our maze. Looks simple, just have to double back about 3/4 of the way through.
First man through the maze in 45 seconds or less will pick up 10 points if both men get through in the allotted time limit. The second man across that finish line will get 5 points. Whoa! Marty and Bernie trying to find their way out. 22 seconds remain.
Doc's on the right track, but he's got to come all the way back now.
He's got a feeling.
Yeah, he's going to have a big feeling. He's going to have another big feeling right here. Close on the clock. He's got to get by.
7 seconds left. Tower holds him up.
He's in there.
Dr. Marty DePaoli crosses the finish line with room to spare. And give him 10 points to start things off. Bernie never did find his way out. His only consolation, a chance to shake hands with Laser and Turbo. Small consolation.
And he's still smiling.
And so is Dr. DePaoli. Let's check out what Doc saw through his helmet cam. As he nears the end of the course, there's Laser. You see things topsy-turvy, go to black. He fights his way through Laser and around the next turn. Say hello to Tower. He's just moments away from finishing this race if he can get by Tower, but that's no easy task. Finally, he squirts through, and there's victory.
And there's Cheryl Wilson. She's poised at the start line for this semifinal match. From Lafayette, Louisiana, an exercise technician in cardiac rehabilitation. She's going against the police officer from Syracuse, New York, Melissa Liberman, who qualified as the wild card. Inside the maze, all kinds of resistance. Storm, Electra, Zap, and Diamond.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready!
Melissa with that small, powerful frame. She may bowl a gladiator over her, too.
Cheryl Wilson
making some good moves and getting way into the maze. Melissa, on the other hand, has to double back. Now she's going to run into Zap right in the chin. Zap zapped her right on the point of the chin.
25 seconds remain.
Yeah.
Cheryl back where she started from.
Well, she's backtracking without realizing it.
15 seconds now.
Oh, here she comes. Here comes Cheryl.
Hello, Electra. Hello, Storm. 5 seconds to go. Can she scoot across in time? She does. She'll get the 10 points. Melissa gives Zap a big hug. How do I get out of here?
Well, Mike, everybody's huggy face and helpful now. But let's go back a few moments ago through Melissa's helmet cam as she meets up with Diamond. After fighting her way past Diamond, well, what's around the next turn? How about Zap?
The mission for Bernie Miller and Dr. Marty DePaoli, make it all the way to the top of our 32-foot wall.
All right, take him up, take him up.
That's not the way Marty wants to get up the wall, via the noose. He'll be followed by Turbo. Bernie will have Havoc chasing after him.
Ready!
First man up in 60 seconds or less can get 10 points. Remember, they're given that head start.
Both men getting over that first outcropping. That's the most critical area. Have to get past that first, get away from those Gladiators. Bernie doing a great job.
Right now, the man is smoking it. Once again, if both men make it up, the second contender atop the wall will get 5 points. Bernie makes it up, and so does Dr. DePaoli.
Bernie smiling again.
Neither one of our Gladiators even figured into the competition. It came down strictly between the contenders. There you see Doc Pauli hoisting himself up. Bernie right behind.
Melissa Liberman and Cheryl Wilson set to go. We talked about Melissa's need to score points. It won't be easy because following her will be Zap. Melissa faced off against Zap in the second round and was pulled off in 36 seconds. Cheryl Wilson, on the other hand, she'll be followed up the wall by Siren, who is pumping up the crowd here at Gladiator Arena. Cheryl also yet to be successful in this event. She was pulled off in the second round in 23 seconds by Electra. Both women will get the 10-second head start. They've got 60 seconds to make it to the top.
Contenders ready!
Mike Melissa's been practicing on this wall. Of course, that added pressure knowing that Gladiator's behind you.
Cheryl Wilson looking fairly good right now. Gladiators on their way.
See, Melissa's making that mortal mistake. She has to look down and stop to place her feet. Just takes too long.
Zap almost got a hand on her. She's closing in. Cheryl Wilson just lost her grip, or did Siren get a hold of her?
Now, Zap has a hold of Melissa right now by the sock or the ankle.
Sort of like a pesky mosquito. Get off of me. Zap pulling with all her might. And that might is good enough to pull Melissa Liberman off the wall. No points for either of our contenders.
Both of our contenders are a little frustrated. Cheryl Wilson not really getting that much of a head start on getting up the wall before she slips off. Siren, of course, right behind her, but Siren plays no role in this. Cheryl just slips off the wall. Melissa, on the other hand, loses once again by the foot. Remember in earlier competitions when Electra pulled her off the wall by her foot? Well, this time it's Zap with the same foothold and same results.
Bonjour, mon ami. My name is Norm. You see, I'm too hot to try, too sweet to be sour, so push over contenders, because this is my hour. My muscle physique shouldn't get you fooled. I'm too much of a sweetheart, I can never be cruel. But don't be fooled for what I say. The last contender who beat me will never be the same way.
Event number 3 in the semifinal round match, it's Atlasphere, and both our Gladiators are secured inside their cages. For this round, it'll be Storm and her partner, Sky. Their mission to try to stop our two contenders from scoring. They'll look at Melissa Liberman, comfortable inside an Atlasphere and also inside her squad car, where she's a police officer in Syracuse, New York. But now she's about to be apprehended and not do the apprehending herself. Cheryl Wilson inside the yellow Atlasphere. Again, a 60-second time limit, each goal worth 3 points.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready!
Larry Thompson catching Storm, trying to get a little jump start.
Well, Cheryl was off to a little bit of an early start, too.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready!
Again, one of the things the contenders like to do is strike early and give the contenders something to think about. Storm has certainly given Cheryl something to think about, but she uses, actually, Melissa's Atlasphere to gain a slight advantage there. However, it's our Syracuse policewoman who scores first. And here she goes again down in pod number 4. She's got that one in 6 quick points.
Sky doing a good job of shadowing Cheryl, keeping her out of the scoring positions.
They're both going for pod number 2. This could be, Melissa beats everybody to the punch and gets a third one.
Melissa using a little bit of a pick action coming out of that scoring pod 2. She got a free shot at 3, but doesn't hit the trigger.
Storm keeps Cheryl out of pod number 4 10 seconds ago. Here comes Melissa using those powerful legs.
Oh, Sky doing a great job pushing Melissa out of scoring position.
One last chance for Melissa Liberman. That is it, but Melissa does score 9 points, 3 goals, and after 3 events, she is back in the hunt here, trailing Cheryl Wilson by a single point, 10-9.
Both of our contenders needing a rest after a real workout. You see Cheryl Wilson working her way up to the scoring pod. You'll see Storm come in from the left of your screen, knocking her out of that scoring position. Now check out Melissa. She's working hard at it, a lot of determination, a lot of grit, but sometimes even that doesn't pay off as she just misses the scoring pod.
Melissa, after getting shut out of the maze in the wall, you were staring early elimination in the face. What was your mindset going into Atlasphere?
Mindset as it usually is, and you know, Mike, never say die. It's not over yet.
9 points. You're back in the race.
Not enough, but I'm going to keep trying and do my best.
We know you will. Congratulations.
Thanks, Mike. Appreciate it.
Exit Melissa Liberman and enter...
Listen for the thud. It's going to be big.
Enter Viper. He gets inside of his Atlasphere, and he is right. Listen to the thud, because it will be big. Viper will be joined by Tower, and these guys will crack you. Our 2 contenders, Bernie Miller trailing Marty DePaoli 15-10. Marty, the chiropractor from Citrus Heights, California, quite an individual, quite a person. When Dr. Marty DePaoli says he's going to crack some heads, he's not talking about his strategy for Powerball or Joust. Dr. Marty, as his friends call him, is committed to his profession, and Marty will tell you there's a lot more to chiropractic medicine than just cracking bones.
Everybody that comes in is getting helped. There's no drugs, there's no penetrating the skin, there's no anything. Everything is diet, exercise, manipulation.
Dr. Marty encourages everyone to follow a healthy, drug-free lifestyle and hopes his appearance on American Gladiators will help him spread the message.
I give a lot of talks to kids in high schools around the area. Essentially, they don't listen to me as just a person, a doctor. But I think once they see me on this show that they'll be more apt to listen.
Okay, I'm a little claustrophobic, so don't lock me in too soon.
That's the wrong thing to be in this event.
Both men vying for a spot in the second half championship where they'll meet either Kevin Weber or Carlton Fluker. Look at Viper get off the mark. He likes to establish the tone early, and what a rock both men put on our 2 contenders. Here comes Marty down in scoring pod number 4. Missed the target there.
Power doing a good job knocking him off center so he couldn't score. Now he's shadowing, pinning him in the corner.
Marty again falls wide of the mark.
2-on-2 situation. We have a little pick action here. DePaoli getting a breakaway. Will he be able to score?
Yeah, he got it, and he could get another one here in 1. He's got that momentum going for him. He's got 2 goals. Each goal again worth 3 points. 10 seconds left to go. Bernie, one last chance here in pod number 2. If he can get it, yeah, he does.
Great effort.
And Marty got one, I believe, as time expired. Unofficially, 3 goals for Dr. Marty DePaoli, a total of 9 points. 1 goal for Bernie Miller, a total of 3.
Now here's a situation where Bernie Miller in the yellow Atlasphere heads towards pod 4 and attracts 2-on-1 coverage. Dr. Marty in the orange sphere says thanks a lot and uses the pick Bernie set to score in pod number 2. Now you see Dr. Marty here on his way to score, but look what's going to happen on top with Bernie's yellow sphere. Even with double coverage, the Gladiators are confused and Viper falls off and lets Bernie score as well.
That's my best effort, but it'll do.
So as our stuntman and chiropractor head to the locker room, we will also tell you that they are currently models as well. They bang heads with buffed bodies. Ready, ready, ready. That's what Laser, Havoc, and Turbo are as they get set for Powerball. After 3 events, Bernie Miller trails Dr. Marty DePaoli 24-13. And Powerball is brought to you by Nintendo, makers of Super NES. Now you're playing with power, ready? Super power. Both men quick out of the gates.
Bernie capitalizing on his speed. Oh, he got a flying tackle by Turbo.
Neither of these men afraid to let go and give up that body. Fearless contenders.
Oh.
20 seconds on the clock now.
Tough when those Gladiators get going from opposite directions, Mike. Afraid of that head-on collision.
Marty trying to slice through again. Bernie cuts behind him and scores. Bernie trailed by 11 going into Powerball. Marty left unmolested and hits that center cylinder for an easy 5. 1 second left on the clock and Bernie is down.
2 Gladiators land on top of him. Looked like they came down on the point of his shoulder. And don't sell this guy short, though. He's a tough cookie.
Our 2 trainers, Tony Spino and Eric Lanswick, looking at Bernie's shoulder.
Some damage may have occurred to Bernie's shoulder a little earlier, prior to the serious injury right here, as he collides with one of the Gladiators.
And that was about 500 pounds of muscle that fell directly on Bernie's shoulder in Laser and Tower, but he's okay. He's okay.
Ready, Gladiator.
All right, 1 second left. You had the right idea, Larry. Maybe just a jump shot from the end zone. Count it. Our game judge, Bob Wusatich, right on top of that last goal. Marty didn't give up, and Bernie thought better of it. He decided to go back to the locker room and take care of that shoulder.
And everybody was faked out except Bob. He knew.
Well, how do you score on Powerball with 1 second left? Check it out. Dr. Pauly does it. You can see the time run out in the right corner of your screen. Powerball is a very taxing sport, Mike.
On the body and the uniform. Even when Marty didn't have the ball, he drew plenty of Gladiator attention.
And Bernie suffered a few setbacks himself. Here he pays the price for that gold.
Waiting in the wings are women, Melissa Liberman, Cheryl Wilson against the trio of Diamond, Zap, and Storm. And to say that that woman is multi-talented is an understatement.
Oh, say, can you
Storm has a beautiful singing voice. In fact, she opened the American Gladiators live tour by singing the national anthem. But when the music stops, it's easy to see she's an intensely fierce competitor.
It seemed to arouse some type of emotions from both the crowd and the contenders, and I'm very physical and very aggressive and very determined.
People often ask her how she developed her awesome athletic prowess.
I had 2 older brothers, so as far as being a little tomboy, yes, I was, but that's where my upbringing came from, and that's why I love physical sports. But off the screen, I also work with a lot of children and kids in alcohol and drug-dependent programs because having a degree in psychology, I really love to work with kids. And that's what my life is about, and that's what being a gladiator is about for me. Being
an awesome athlete who is very much in touch with herself as a person. But right now, her focus on Melissa Liberman and Cheryl Wilson, the 5-time track and field All-American from LSU, competed in 1984 and 1988 in the U.S. Olympic trials in the heptathlon. Some of the things she did so well, throwing the javelin and the long jump. Outstanding, and she's going to put that to work here in Powerball.
Contenders.
Right now, a cardiac rehab technician down in Lafayette, Louisiana. And right off the bat, Cheryl Wilson with a dynamic move on Storm, but Melissa makes one past Diamond. Ooh, Cheryl going for that center cylinder.
Look at those moves.
To go for the outside instead. Her eyes get so big out there. She is having a feeling. She's just almost impossible to stop. Melissa relying on power moves. She did get one in the center cylinder. Actually, both women having a great day. 15 seconds left.
Scoring at will.
5 seconds now. Maybe time for one more. Melissa gets one in, and so does Cheryl Wilson.
Woo. What a scoring bonanza.
Both women grabbing for the oxygen against Zap, Diamond, and Storm. Boy, oh boy, that was some kind of match in Powerball. 29-14. Melissa dragging Zap to that center cylinder and still scores, Larry.
Looks just like a little power fullback here. He takes on the Gladiators, drives through, makes the score, and comes back up running, looking for more. But Cheryl got the upper hand, scoring 29 points.
Cheryl, we're going to have to change the name of this game from Powerball to Wilson Ball. You own this event. 29 points. That breaks your old record that you set in the second round of 28 points. What's your secret out there?
Well, not to get hit, but more than anything, the speed. Get out there and get quick. You know, they have to do one thing, and their thing is power. That's why it's called that, but I'm speed.
Congratulations. Cheryl Wilson, you can't stop what you can't touch. Still ahead, our game of hit or be hit. It's Assault. Well, they love her here at Gladiator Arena. Her name is Siren, and she's about to do what she loves best, and that's fire that assault cannon. Flexing her muscles for the crowd, but in just a few moments, she's going to flex that cannon in the direction of Melissa Liberman. And it would stand to reason that our Syracuse police officer ought to know how to fire a weapon. Each weapon fired is worth 1 point, but their ultimate goal is to hit the target located above Siren, and that is worth 10.
Contender ready. Gladiator ready.
Harry Thompson sends her on her way. Siren laying down a very steady barrage.
Well, there's balls flying everywhere here, Mike. It's raining tennis balls inside of Gladiator Arena.
And that one sails low and to the left.
Wow, that was close.
Siren nearly unbuckled Melissa's chest protector. 25 seconds. Sets herself.
Oh.
That one whizzes by.
Just a little left of the target.
20 seconds. Now 15.
Oh, Siren's only got 3 balls left in the gun.
Melissa with 2 chances at station number 5. Can't get either to find the mark. She's just going to go for it. And she'll get the bonus point of 1 for a total of 6 points in assault for Melissa Liberman.
Siren's upset with a cannon. She's hollering at it with sign language.
Melissa wanted the 10, but got 6 instead for firing 5 weapons and crossing the finish line without being hit in the 60-second time limit. All right, Cheryl Wilson, 2 for 2 in this event. 2 direct hits in her previous competitions.
Contender ready.
Let's see if Siren can end that streak. As the graphic said a little earlier, Siren has yet to miss a contender, but that went by the boards when Melissa got through scot-free. And it's fun to watch Cheryl go from station to station, so fluid, so relaxed.
Whoa! It's getting personal with that cannon. Right calf. Got her on a skip fly.
She got personal, and Siren decided to get more personal. Cheryl Wilson does get 2 points, however, for firing 2 weapons.
Siren releasing a barrage of shots. Here, the one that does it catches Cheryl right on the ankle.
Tower says, I won you, Contenders. He's up for the Gladiators in assault. And first up for the Contenders, Bernie Miller, who trails by 7, 38-31 going into this event.
These are the kind of exercises that Bernie used to be able to stay in this kind of competition.
Boy, an awesome exercise for leg power, the glutes and the hip flexors. Helps the speed and power. He'll need speed here against Tower. Remember, he's got that banged up shoulder, Larry.
Mike, our trainer, Tony Spino, has worked a little bit on that right shoulder. It's still bothering Bernie a little bit, but he's able to move with it. And he can shoot well enough to make Tower dance.
Bernie, unwavering, sets himself. Again, he fires low. And Larry Thompson right on top of the call. Bernie was nailed on his way to station number 3. He does pick up 2 points for firing 2 weapons and has cut into the doctor's lead. It is now 38-33. And Tower makes good on his promise to send Bernie to the sidelines without hitting that target. Tower also happens to be the subject of our Ask a Gladiator segment. Tim Schad writes, Dear Tower, if you lose to a contender, do you seek revenge in the next event?
Tim, I don't seek revenge. Like I said, the Tower of Power is not a revengeful person. I think it's great when a contestant beats me. You know, he's a super athlete. I would never seek revenge because it just shows poor sportsmanship. I think life's too short to get upset about losing one particular thing. I think, Tim, as long as you're competing, you don't always have to win. That's all that matters to me.
Got him at number 2.
Tower facing off this time against, you saw the sign, the mighty Dr. Marty DePaoli, 1-1 in this event. In his previous competitions, the prelims in the second round.
Hey, what? Huh?
Contender ready!
Time to get busy, Tower. Marty will try to pad his 38-33 lead.
Doc with a good change-up move on the way to that first station. He's got to keep his face upfield, though. Watch that cannon.
Marty sets himself, shakes Tower up just a little bit. Oh, and before he can get to station number 3, yeah.
Tries to do a head slide into 3, but you can't take your eyes off the cannon.
Marty did fire 2 weapons, give him 2 points, and after 5 events now, he has a 40-33 lead on Bernie Miller.
Doc Marty not afraid to throw that body, tries a head-first slide, but he catches the shot in the right hip.
Incidentally, if you'd like to write to Tower or any of our other Gladiators, write to Ask a Gladiator, 10203 Santa Monica Boulevard, LA, California, 967.
Falling yet.
Sky and Electra present inviting targets to be sure, but they will try to hold their ground here in Human Cannonball against our 2 contenders. After 5 events, Cheryl Wilson has a 41-29 lead over Melissa Liberman. She has been tough all day long, but Melissa has hung in there. She has cut what was once a 16-point lead into just a 12-point deficit. Here in Human Cannonball, both contenders get 2 swings, each successful swing worth 5 points.
And Melissa might have an edge here. She's able to double up into that little cannonball, that compact frame, deliver the biggest blow. Here she comes, good tuck. She's a little off her swing. Did not have a good line. And as a result, Electra wins, as does Sky.
Melissa with a good, powerful swing, good tuck. Goes a little high. Look at Electra catching the backside shot. Wow.
Again, both our contenders vying for a spot in the second half finals where they'll meet either Katie Ramsey or Lisa Wojciechowski. Here they come. Swing number 2. Electra hangs in there, but Melissa Liberman is able to knock Sky off that platform, give Melissa 5 more points.
Melissa with another good tuck, doubles up in that cannonball position. But this time she draws the straight line, delivers the big blow to Sky and takes her off.
So now Cheryl's lead over Melissa just 41-34, 7 points. And remember, crunch time is next. It's going to be the Joust. It's tough duty for two tough men. Their names Turbo and Laser, and they will stand their ground, or hope to anyway, in human cannonball against our two contenders. Unfortunately for Bernie Miller, he had to drop out of the competition. That shoulder injury in Powerball too severe to continue. So Vince Granger takes in place, who actually lost to Bernie in the second round, but he was our #1 alternate, so he comes on and gets Bernie's 33 points. Again, he'll be going against Dr. Marty DePaoli, who right now has a 40-33 lead.
Contender ready!
Vince is a tough kid, one-time rugby player. He knows this event. Good straight line, good tuck.
Both men stay in nice tight tucks. Marty's tuck apparently tighter because Laser went down and Turbo stayed up there.
Marty with a better line.
Doc Marty with a good tuck. Laser steps in, good and low. Doc Marty gets under him, and off he goes.
Second swing coming up. This time they switch Gladiators. Marty draws Turbo, and Vince gets Laser.
Contenders ready! Gladiators ready!
Doc Marty, tall man, still able to take that good tuck. Good hip action, he takes Turbo right off.
Vince can't believe it. He hit him with everything he had, and Laser just didn't move. Turbo went down, however, and Dr. Marty DePaoli goes 2 for 2 and increases his lead to 50-33 after 6 events.
Doc Marty again with a good tuck, good swing, gets underneath Turbo, and down Turbo goes.
And if you like the impact of human cannonball, stay with us. It's crunch time next. It's crunch time here at Gladiator Arena, our crunch time event where we put the accent on the physical. The Joust, hand-to-hand combat, military-type pugil sticks, one-on-one encounter. Hit me with your best shot. First up, Vince Granger, coming on for the injured Bernie Miller. He draws Laser, and there's his record, folks. It speaks for itself. The man takes no prisoners. Laser wailing away at Vince Granger, looking for the opening. He's got it, and down Vince goes.
Laser with a little bit of the double whammy. Gets off balance a little early on, but then he comes across with a smashing right, followed with that overhand blow that sends Granger right off the Joust platform. Ooh, what a way to go.
Now Marty lost to Laser back in the second round, so a chance to earn a measure of revenge perhaps here.
Doc Marty's tall, he's got to get down. Oh, he's got Laser off. Oh, man, he was
Just
close.
see how quick Laser recovered? Yeah. How does he do it?
Unbelievable. Laser was up on 1 foot. Just one push would have had him off, but Marty couldn't deliver it.
Laser coming back from near disaster.
Laser, nothing like the personal satisfaction of one-on-one victory, huh?
Hey, it's the best feeling in the world. You know, the first one warmed me up, and second one I about lost my balance on the second one, but I came back and gave him a good uppercut. And hey, when I'm up here, nobody's gonna beat me. Nobody. Yeah.
Nice going, Laser. Well, after Powerball, Melissa Liberman trailed by 16, and after Assault, she trailed by 12. Now she trails by just 7 after Human Cannonball. It's crunch time for her. She draws Diamond here in the Joust.
Diamond might have her hands full here. Melissa full of that bulldog heart. Let's see if she can pull it off.
Melissa lost in the second round to Storm,
Oh,
and she
Melissa!
is giving Diamond all she can handle.
An overhand smash, that right hand. Sparred a little bit with Diamond, then she delivered that overhand right. Swept Diamond off the platform, comes up with a big 10 points.
And for the moment, she takes the lead, 44-41, but Cheryl Wilson still to come.
Melissa, no rookie at hand-to-hand combat. She steps right in there and takes over.
Now Cheryl Wilson in position to put a lot of pressure on Melissa Liberman going into the Eliminator. If she can take the measure of Diamond. Diamond wearing that protective neck collar. Let's see what happens here.
Neither girls.
Diamond on the attack now, and I'm sure our referee Larry Thompson will warn Cheryl that she has to mount some kind of attack. 15 seconds remaining. Time winding down.
Diamond with that protective headgear. She looks like a defensive lineman in the NFL.
And that is it. Cheryl Wilson gets the draw of 5 points, and she will take a 46-44 lead into the Eliminator, which means she'll get a 1-second head start. A berth in the second half finals await our 4 contenders, and the Eliminator will decide it all. We'll start off with the women's competition, where Cheryl Wilson has a 2-point lead on Melissa Liberman. That will give the former track star a 1-second head start. So our police officer from Syracuse, New York, will have to run the race of her life if she is to advance. She's with Larry at the start line.
Melissa, in the preliminary round, you were 1 second ahead. Of course, you ended up being defeated in that. Now you were 1 second behind. Is that more of an asset?
Well, you know, honest to God, Larry, there's no better number on the scale than number 1, so I'll take it from there.
Okay, number 1, good luck.
Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
Well, Larry, Melissa is going to need that luck. Although that 1-second head start deficit is not much, remember, Cheryl Wilson can flat out fly. On course for the Gladiators underneath the hand bike, ready to impose a penalty if need be. It is going to be Storm and Zap. And down the final straightaway, offering final resistance, our 2 Gladiators operating the gauntlet. There they are, Sky and Diamond. And they are determined to make it tough on our 2 contenders. The Eliminator is sponsored by Starburst Fruit Chews. The juice is loose. Once again, Cheryl Wilson with the mere 1-second head start. Melissa on the right, Cheryl on the left. Referee Larry Thompson sends both women on their way. Cheryl working that hand bike, but poor Melissa, that inclined treadmill does her in, and that could be all that Cheryl Wilson needs. She doesn't need much. For a second time, Melissa can't make it up. And already, Cheryl Wilson, I'm not sure if she knows Melissa's predicament. Now she's on the zip line and taking her time, very aware of where her competition is. Cheryl Wilson is going to win this thing going away. Pride and joy of Lafayette, Louisiana, 5-time track and field All-American at LSU, and now a cardiac rehab technician. Cheryl Wilson is moving on to the second half finals, where she'll face either Katie Ramsey or Lisa Wojciechowski.
Cheryl Wilson, you made it look easy, except that final hurdle you went down. I thought you were going to break your wrist, gal.
Oh, man, I tell you, we won't do that again. We'll make sure we get over and make it safe.
Well, you made it look easy. Congratulations and welcome to the second half final.
Thank you.
All right, Mike.
So congratulations in order to Cheryl Wilson. Larry, her time, she breaks the 1-minute barrier. Her Eliminator time, 52 seconds. And certainly our hats off to Melissa Liberman. Grit, determination, spirit, the desire to be number 1. She had it all, and we'll always remember her performance here. On the men's side, Marty DePaoli's 17-point lead on Vince Granger puts the Doc in the driver's seat to the tune of an 8.5-second head start. But Vince Granger, who came on in replace of the injured Bernie Miller, has been in this position twice before. Will the third time be the charm? Let's find out. Larry is with Vince and the man he replaced, Bernie Miller, at the start line.
And Bernie, here you are with a man that's carrying on for you. Any words of advice?
Yeah, I've got only a couple words, Vince. You've been down before.
This is an old rugby player. You've had to come from behind before. Can you do it again?
I can do it again.
I just want you to go as hard as you can.
That's what I'm going to do.
Isn't that long? Just go hard, go tough. I'm going to see you at the finish line. I know you're going to do it.
All right, buddy.
Jump on it.
All right.
Good enough. Let him run, Bernie, will you?
Win one for the stuntman. That's what Vince Granger's goal is. A member of a national champion rugby team, the Maryland Old Boys, several years ago. But 8.5 seconds, a lot of time to give to this man, Marty DePaoli. His best Eliminator time, 41 seconds. Vince's best, 45, so only a major mistake by our chiropractor would allow Vince into our finals. Winner here moves on to face either Kevin Weber or Carlton Fluker. We'll have that semifinal next week. On course for the Gladiators, that was Laser and Viper, and down the final straightaway. Boy, the gauntlet is humming today. It'll be Turbo and Tower. Remember, the winner advances to the second half finals. Marty certainly looks relaxed. Look at Dr. Marty go. He has scored in every event but the Joust, and he is smoking this Eliminator course. Vince is smoking it as well, but Marty's not making any mistakes, not even on the cargo net, which usually trips up Contenders. Vince, as a matter of fact, having some problems himself. It is going to be Dr. Marty DePaoli who is going to go on to the finals. He hurdles that final barrier. The man has done it. What an effort. He salutes his fans, his family. His time's outstanding. 39 seconds. Vince Granger barreling across as well. Right behind you, Larry.
Doc Pauli, you've scored points in every event, I believe, except the Joust.
The Joust.
Don't mean to rain on your parade.
Thank you very much. The Joust, obviously my favorite event.
Well, you've got a little time to practice it.
I hope so. Not much. Just...
Yeah. You'll turn it around. Tell you what, my man, welcome to the second half finals. You've done a great job.
Thank you very much, Larry.
All right. Mike?
Indeed he has, Larry, our chiropractor from Sacramento, California, accepting the congratulations of Vince Granger, who turned in a time of 45 seconds. We salute him as well. Well, coming up next week, the man that Dr. Marty DePaoli will have to face, either Kevin Weber or Carlton Fluker. Will have that semifinal for you here at Gladiator Arena. Until then, for Larry Zonka and all of us here, see you next week on the American Gladiators. Champions will receive all expenses paid Club Med vacations. With over 100 villages worldwide, Club Med offers the perfect vacation for families, couples, and singles. This year, take home a Club Med vacation.